Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh shit. Man, Vancouver. When it's beautiful, it really outdoes itself. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Henry. We're here at Vancouver Rowing Club. And man, this place is just stunning. Look at all these volunteers that we have here. I got Gordon from Hiking RV with me. Hey, Gordon. And I've got Aquatic Monkey with me with a bunch of the free divers. And I got a bunch of scuba divers as well, too. And we are going to go and clean this place and see what we can find. Last time we pulled out like 1,500 or 1,700 pounds of garbage. We're going to be cleaning underneath this dock that I'm standing on, as well as the docks over here and the docks to my left as well too. All right, man, we got a lot of hands helping today. That's awesome, and we'll see you afterwards and see what we can bring up this time. Before we get into the narration for today's video, I just want to give a huge shout out to Gordon from Hiking RV channel. I'll tag him in the video so you guys can go and check out his work. Gordon has come through for me time and time again. Anytime I've asked him to come out and help me with the cleanup dives, he's always come through. So thank you so much, Gordon. I really, really appreciate you. So as soon as I ducked underneath the water, I ran into these little things here. There was multiples of them, and honestly, I don't know what they are. I tried to kind of grab one and just move it around and wriggle it, and it just wasn't moving, and I don't know what it is, and I didn't think I could actually lift it. Yeah, if you know what those are, let me know. So right at the beginning of the dive, I kind of have to choose what I want to pick up, knowing very well that as soon as I touch something, it's the visibility is just going to go to crap. You can see that I've bypassed quite a few heavy things that I knew that I would have a tremendous difficulty trying to lift like 60 seconds into my dive, so I chose to ignore those. This thing here, if you know what that is, let me know. That little sort of figure 8 thing. Anyway, that right there. If you know what that is, let me know. So I didn't really want to swim around with a chair, obviously, so I handed that up to the volunteers at the service right away. They were briefed during their dive briefing that to keep an eye on the divers, that they're going to constantly keep handing things up, including the free divers as well too. You can see here, anytime I touch anything, the visibility just goes to crap. There's just so much sediment in here. And it's just really because there's just not enough water movement in this section of the harbor. And the silt just does not get washed away, so it just settles on top of each other. And as you can see here, I'm encountering random little things. Oh, this little thing here, I picked up so many of them, and I didn't know what it was until at the end of the dive, I asked the manager for the Vancouver Rowing Club. As it turned out, it's like a little tip thing for their rowing shells so that they don't kind of bump into the dock. You can see here, oh, by the way, if you watch carefully, I will pick up one bottle and swim over like 5 bottles. It's just how bad the visibility is, and I'll pick one up and I just can't see anymore, so I'll just keep swimming forward. So this will be an example of why I'll just keep coming back to this area, keep diving it, and I will never run out of things to pick up. This is right where the rowers will get into the rowing shells. There's different kinds of rowing shells, but they'll get into rowing shells and they'll end up dropping things. Things like the sunglasses frames that you saw me pick up, and this little lanyard leash thing. I don't know what that would be for.
My magnet there stuck on something. Can you see what it's stuck on?
Yeah. So I invited this guy who runs an Instagram channel called Vancouver Relics to come out and check out the bottles that we bring up from our dives, and he was throwing this little magnet thing under, trying to do some magnet fishing essentially, and he got it stuck, and there was like a bunch of metal plates, and that's what his magnet was stuck on. So
yeah, I probably wouldn't do the magnet here. There's big metal plates down there. You're just going to land on those repeatedly.
Stick around to the end of the video to hear some explanation from Vancouver Relics there about bottles we brought up. So this thing here, I really wanted the milk crate because I know that obviously plastic don't belong in the water. And here you can see me here. If you watch the silt, as I jiggle it, I'm trying to dump those concrete blocks out of there, and it just wasn't coming out. It was stuck in there. So I said, okay, that's fine. Let's just get the lift bag out. You can see me deploying the lift bag, and I will tilt my head to the right and try to breathe bubbles into the lift bag from my left side. And what I didn't realize is the lift bag is, or the crate is actually upside down, and when there was enough lift, the concrete blocks fell out of the crate, and this thing just rocketed right past my face. Could have instantly killed me. Well, not killed me, but probably would have knocked the regulator out of my mouth and had a real problem. But I'm glad that just kind of shot past my face and not actually hit me in the head. I was completely caught off guard by that. That has never happened to me before. So moving on to the rest of the dive, as you can see here, I'm pretty much doing things by feel. There's another milk crate, and there's another 2 of those concrete block things in there. And having learned my lesson just a few minutes ago, I decided to leave that one alone. I'll come back for it at some point. I'll run into it, but at least now I know. Mentally, take note. These things are dangerous and can just rocket past your face when you're trying to lift it off the ocean floor. So looking at, again, for the longtime followers, you know exactly what you see is what I am looking at. I'm pretty much feeling the ocean floor at this point, trying to find things that feel artificial to me, such as beer bottles and beer cans. I don't actually think we got any cans. It's mostly just bottles and water glasses and water jugs. So I did manage to run into enough things that I felt pretty happy about it. And then as I tried to exit the dive, ran into a couple of PVC pipes. Again, thank you so much for the surface volunteers, because the ability to just hand things up to them to handle was fantastic. I can't believe how many club members actually came out to help, which is super awesome. Anyways, this is the end of my dive here. I found the ladder that I wanted to exit from. And of course, climbing up this thing was kind of a pain in the butt with all of my dive gear on. That's okay. I took full advantage of the water hose at the Vancouver Rowing Club to rinse off all the salt water off of my gear. I do find that salt water is what does the most amount of damage to my dive gear, so I always take advantage of fresh water to rinse off as often as I can. Fun times, man. We got a lot of stuff. Let me show you. It was a fun dive. Really bad visibility, but let me show you what we got. Okie dokie. Let's start from this end over here. Looks like we got some fleece blanket. Those things are really heavy. We're waterlogged. Got quite a bit of pylons. This pile here, I can't even begin to tell you what's in here, but there's a random assortment of pipes and cups and milk crates, and looks like Tetra Pak food containers. Looks like we have tires, of course. There's all sorts of random. There's cameras, there's tins, there is brushes, there is water bottles and cups. There's I actually found a bunch of the water jugs from the restaurant up at the clubhouse here. Tires, looks like one wallet, safety lights, battery, ropes, the whole 9 yards. And on this side, we have the bottle collection. Look at that. What an amazing collection of bottles. Holy cow. Nice job, everybody. So we got a lot of volunteers out for this one. We got a whole bunch of free divers here, and then we've got all the club members who came out to help, and Clayton, Aquatic Monkey right there, came out with his crew. Man, awesome dive. Way less trash than last time, but good time. Show that bottle there, buddy.
It's lines.
Look at that. That is a nice bottle.
Yeah.
It was an awesome day, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I thought it was supposed to rain. It didn't rain, so
no, not at all. Not at all. Did you manage to do a pretty good damage on that little patch of bottles?
We must have gotten 200 bottles from there.
Yeah.
It was pretty insane.
Yeah, that's nuts, eh? It's a good time.
Okay, so here's a bottle that Henry probably dug up. Thorpe's is, if you can see Thorpe's here, this is one of the first soda companies from Vancouver. You can see on the bottom here, Vancouver. Thorpe's Vancouver. This bottle in particular is one of their later ones from 1930s. But Thorpe's dates back to, I think, the 1890s
1890s.
in Vancouver.
Have you seen this particular bottle before?
Yeah, I have this one in my collection.
Okay,
Yeah.
like what's the oldest Thorpe bottle you have?
Oh, I have like a 1890s Thorpe's bottle. Yeah.
Are they worth a lot?
No, not too much. It's just more sentimental value for people that, especially people that live in Vancouver.
Right, okay.
The older ones will get up in value,
Right.
but this one not so much. It's
Right.
the more common one, but still neat to find. They don't come around very often.
Well, what's our weight there, Gord?
Just over 1,600 pounds.
Look at that, 1,600 pounds.
All right, everybody. That was look at all the volunteers. Thank you so much to all the volunteers that came out, the scuba divers, the free divers, the land-based volunteers, Vancouver Yacht Club, and as well as City of Vancouver for coming down to pick up the trash. Great collaborative effort on this beautiful, beautiful day. It was supposed to rain today, but it didn't. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. We'll see you guys in the next one.